Hey everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks for joining me on Living the Yogi's Life, where I share with you what it means to live the yoga lifestyle. I think back to when I first started the practice, and I remember I was so sincere about the practice. Like, I started this practice really to live a more peaceful life. That was my reason for joining the tradition of yoga. And I took it so seriously. I felt like I have to work really diligently and work really hard, and I was disciplined and dedicated, and I took it so seriously to the extent that, if someone tried to talk to me during my practice, I used to think like, wow, they're not a good yogi. They talk during the practice. They're trying to talk to me, disturb my spiritual practice. And then I used to sort of judge myself, success or failure. I would have a good day if I did the yoga pose as well, and a bad day if I fell out of headstand. And I don't know, it took so much energy to be so serious. I'm going to be so serious all the time, and I would read the yoga text and really try to get into them and be this really serious student. I just realized it required so much energy. And I woke up one day and I realized I'm trying to be perfect. Like, I'm trying to do everything right. I'm trying to be perfect. And I held myself to such a high standard that I would constantly fail. We're not perfect, no matter how hard we try. And I realized one day that, hey, I'm not supposed to be perfect. And as soon as I realized that, I suddenly got something really important that you need on the spiritual path of yoga. And that tool that you got to have in your toolbox when you join the spiritual path is humor. And being able to laugh at yourself is so important. You know what I mean? If you can't laugh at yourself, if you can't see the humor in your imperfection, and you can't sort of have enough confidence to be the butt of a joke and make jokes about yourself here and there, then I feel like we're going to be so serious that we'll block ourselves from actually doing the practice, right? So, if someone talks to you during the practice, they're a human being. Well, why are we doing this practice? We're doing this practice so that we can be more compassionate and relate with each other better. So someone talks to you during the practice, don't bite their head off like I used to, or scowl at them and call them bad yogis. Just see what they want, And if you need a little mental space, just ask for it in a compassionate way and say, you know what? Can I just focus on my breath? Do you mind for a moment? And make a joke about it. I'm real serious today, right? So here is your assignment for the day. I want you to laugh at yourself, or laugh with someone else, or tell a funny joke, and just take a few moments to just laugh. There's some really funny, if you like typos, if you want to Google autocorrect typos, there's some really funny things that you could find, and just take a moment and just laugh. Laugh at yourself. Look at some animals. Animals are super funny, like birds fly around and try to eat crumbs and steal potato chip bags and this kind of thing, and check out some animals and laugh at them. If you can laugh at yourself, this is the best. So maybe, just to make yourself kind of funny, make some funny faces, because that really, I'm terrible at making funny faces. I can't do it. I try to do all these crazy things with my eyebrows, and I don't think any of it looks really funny. But today, if you follow me on Snapchat, you'll know that I assign these yogi assignments. And today's assignment was humor. And everybody was making fish faces to me on my Snapchat. So I think I learned how to make a fish face. So yay, I'm going to make a fish face for you. I'm going to try. So there's your humor for today. You got to see the KinoYoga fish face. Now, what kind of face are you going to make? All right, if you're on Snapchat, I'm KinoYoga on Snapchat. You can snap it at me today and follow me every day, and, you'll laugh with me. And one of the things that you'll find out about me if you take a class is that I really love to make people laugh. I love to submit myself to be the butt of the joke and make fun of my own journey, because I feel like, again, if we can't laugh at ourselves, then we're just going to take it so seriously. I mean, it's only yoga after all, right? What is yoga but the path to the true self? When I think back and I think about how I was so serious, I realized that I also lacked basic self-confidence. So when people used to make fun of me or make a joke, not even make fun of me, just make a joke, and I was involved in the joke, because I wasn't confident in myself, it didn't have a connection into the truth of my inner being, I used to feel offended. I used to feel like, I couldn't take it because I didn't know who I was. Right? And now, through the practice of yoga, I've been able to experience the truth of my inner being, sort of the divine spark that is the essence of the true self. So now I'm not afraid, if you want to make fun of me, or if I want to make fun of myself, if you want to, talk about places of insecurity or these sorts of things, because I know my self-confidence comes from that divine spark of the true self. It's not about the material shape of my body. It's not about the objects of my possessions, or my car, or my clothes, or the color of my hair, or the color of my eyes, or whether I've got a zit or not, or things like that. So now that I've been able to find that true self-confidence, the seed of the divine spark within, I'm very happy to be the butt of any joke, right? And so if you want to make a joke about me and tell me, I'll fully participate. And if you want to share some funny jokes with me, I think that's awesome. Now, it's important to recognize that, even though we may make a joke here or there or be willing to laugh and have humor, the spiritual practice is really a sacred space. So, we can't forget that. So remember that the practice is a truly sacred journey into the center of yourself. And, along that journey, you're going to stumble. You're going to fall along the way. You're going to be imperfect, just like I am. And when that happens, don't beat yourself up about it. Tell a little joke and say, look, I stumbled and I fell. Laugh at yourself along the way. It'll make the journey so much more enjoyable. And then when you get to the center of yourself and you hear that quiet voice of wisdom, your whole journey will be filled with joy and compassion and love. And this is really the essence of the whole journey of yoga. And then you'll be able to laugh at yourself with a compassionate heart, not putting yourself down, but really just embracing the totality of who you are, seeing the perfection in your imperfections. I hope you're inspired to laugh at yourself every day and join me on the spiritual journey of yoga. Namaste.